Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Rob from Heroes Avenue. Happy Sunday. Hope you guys are all having a great day so far. So if you've been following our channel at all in the past few weeks, you know we have a new posting schedule, and on Sundays we read your comments. I posted a video maybe a couple days now on the Flash storyline, and you guys had a lot to say about it, so we're going to dive deep into those, but we're also going to go into some other topics too. So thank you guys for jumping in the comments. Let's get right into it. So Dr. Sam has the first comment here. Dr. Sam says, as long as it's not a Flashpoint, I'm cool. There's no way in hell a storyline as big and meticulous as Flashpoint can be done justice without a proper build-up. They have already ruined Justice League, The Dark Knight Returns, and Death of Superman storyline, and for God's sake, let Flash run like an actual person this time. So Dr. Sam brings up a good point, and if you guys didn't know already, the story that I reported on in my last video has to do with Ezra Miller teaming up with writer Grant Morrison to write the Flash script. Ezra Miller is clashing with directors John Francis Daly and Jonathan Goldstein in regards to the direction of the Flash. Ezra Miller wants a more darker take. Game Night directors want a lighter take, and that's kind of where WB is favoring the direction the movie should go. So that was kind of the debate. Will the darker Flash movie work? And Dr. Sam says, as long as it's not a Flashpoint storyline, he's cool. And I get that because in the past couple of years now, they've been talking, Warner Brothers has been talking about, or at least the rumors have been talking about, how a Flashpoint storyline was in the works. We even got some sort of logo at some comic convention a while back. And if you've been following popular YouTubers such as maybe Grace Randolph, she put out this rumor that Flashpoint was going to be used as a device to reboot the whole DC extended universe, and a lot of people laughed at it. But Grace has been wrong on some things. She's been right on some things. So I didn't know what to think of it. I thought it was kind of crazy, too crazy to be true, and I'm hoping that's still the case. But Dr. Sam is right. Flashpoint itself deserves its own storyline. I actually think it's a big enough storyline to become a Justice League level storyline in the movie universe, at least. I know it's centered around Flash, but I think it could be used as a Justice League storyline. It's just that big. So, you know, they definitely, Joss Whedon messed up Justice League. Definitely. I hope they release the Snyder Cut at some point. But, yeah. The Dark Knight Returns, Death of Superman was combined in BVS, and I enjoyed BVS. Looks like Dr. Sam didn't, but yes, if they're going to do a Flash storyline, they need to really focus on the character of Barry Allen, and they need to make us invested in this character before they do some grand storyline that sets up all of these potential deaths and these tragic moments. And if we don't care about the character, then ultimately the movie will be something we don't really care for at all, because we're not invested in the character of Barry Allen. So I agree with Dr. Sam here. Next comment is Willington Johnson. Barry Allen is arguably the heart of the league. He's one of the most optimistic and hopeful of its heroes, so a lighthearted romp fits the character. Moreover, no actor is greater than the roles they portray. However, Miller has been attached to the Flash since around 2014 and deserves the right to fight for the character being done justice if this is the case. So Willington Johnson brings up a very good point. No actor is greater than the roles they play. You can even see this in the case of the Batman. You know, all of us were devastated when Ben Affleck decided he is not going to continue. Oops. A lot of us, sorry about that phone call. A lot of us were really upset when, you know, Ben Affleck wasn't going to continue his role, but Ben Affleck is someone that can replace, because Batman is a character that is bigger than the actor. You know, we've seen so many people take on the role of Batman in the past, and in the way I'm thinking now is it's all about next man up. I want to see who's next. I hope they cast them perfectly, and I want to see a good Batman movie on screen. But you know, he says here that Miller has been attached to Flash since around 2014. Yes, we've been waiting for this Flash movie. It was the movie that was supposed to come out right after Justice League, I believe. We were supposed to have it already by now, and we were all excited to see what Ezra Miller was going to bring to the table, because you saw all of his enthusiasm off screen, and we've just been pushing this, or Warner Brothers has just been pushing this movie back and stringing us along this whole time, and it looks like the script isn't even anchored down yet, and it looks like Ezra Miller doesn't have an anchored down contract yet. So his contract may potentially expire, which is why he's trying to write this script and throw out his version of it, and Warner Brothers luckily is backing that that effort that Ezra Miller has in helping him get a writer in Grant Morrison to help the script. So I'm hoping that we get the best script, whichever one it is, but hopefully Ezra Miller doesn't, at least in my opinion, hope Ezra Miller stays on, so that way we can see a universe that seems like it is like there's a plan behind it, you know. So I don't want another actor to jump ship. It's just gonna feel like the universe has been totally rebooted if it does. Yeah, that's my feeling on it. I know some people do think Ezra Miller doesn't really fit the role so much. Thanks for that, Willington Johnson. So he obviously would like the lighthearted approach, I'm guessing. So we're moving on to Knight says, major Flash reader here. The Flash himself is full of hope and light. The world around him is not. This is why he's one of the greatest characters in my opinion. He never loses hope despite the fact he knows he can never defeat the person who killed his parents. The Flash has some dark stories, to be honest. And yes, thank you. I was looking for Flash readers to jump in this thread and see what they had to say. So he's right. The world around Flash isn't. You know, he himself, like people pointed up top, is full of hope and light, and I think that will shine through within a darker storyline, and it'll really highlight his character. So for me, I think a darker Flash story would work, and it looks like Knight here might feel the same way. But the Flash is a great character, a DC staple that needs to be done right. So that's very true. He has a lot of dark stories, and I'm still catching up on a lot of his big storylines, but the ones I've seen him in have been pretty dark. And if you know his backstory, Barry Allen's backstory is pretty dark. So I do agree with you there. And yeah, let's go on. Firestorm says, in a lot of ways, Barry Allen's origin is even more tragic than Batman. Flash Rebirth proves this by Eobard Thawne orchestrating every tragedy in his life by being too obsessed and a sociopath. So Firestorm looks like he's another Flash reader, and yes, that is a very good point. Barry Allen's story, everyone's always fixated on, you know, the darkest character being Batman, but if you think about it, like Firestorm says right here, Barry Allen's origin even more tragic than Batman. You know, Eobard Thawne would be an amazing character to see on screen. That would be amazing. I'm not sure if he should be the first villain that we see, or if there should be more of a setup to this character, Eobard Thawne, the Reverse Flash. You know, there's images floating around with Michael C. Hall, I believe that the actor's name, playing the guy who played Dexter, playing Eobard Thawne, and I think that would be an amazing casting. So hopefully we see him in the future. And yeah, thanks for chiming in, Firestorm. Okay, Big Rooster says, James Gunn is a pedophile. So yeah, so in that same video about the Flash, James Gunn was a topic of conversation as well, because if you didn't already know, James Gunn was rehired by Disney to do Guardians of the Galaxy 3. That complicates things, at least in the mind of the DC fans, because he is also writing and directing the Suicide Squad, which looks like a reboot at this point, for DC. And I asked you guys, hey, are you guys happy with this? Are you guys worried about anything in the last video? And Big Rooster says James Gunn is a pedophile, and everyone has the right to their own opinion. I'm not going to try and change it, but I will say James Gunn's comments, his tweets, they are definitely not something I condone, and yeah, they were very tasteless. But I did some research and some reading into people like explaining the context of some of those tweets, and some of those things, you know, taking into consideration the type of guy he was, the type of jokes he made, the type of dark humor he had, you know, I'm not sure if it's really true, because there were some instances where if you read some articles, you could just do a Google search on type in James Gunn is pedophile, and you'll see people kind of putting some of his tweets into context. For example, some of the things he would post is like, oh, here's a bunch of like underage girls like doing some sexual thing, and it'll put a link, but it's it'll actually go to like a music video of I Touch Myself, that song. I can't remember if it's from the 90s or 80s, but it's, yeah, again, some stuff I would never post, but I don't know if he's an actual pedophile, and he did delete a lot of those posts and apologize for them. And yeah, again, I'm not sure if he's actually, I don't think he's an actual pedophile. I think he's a really dark guy. And sometimes, you know, the things you portray and, or the things you see aren't really as they seem. I think that's a quote from one of the James Gunn's movies. It's a really butchered quote, but yeah, basically, there's my take on it. You know, I'm not here trying to defend what he said because that stuff was terrible. All right. The video game Her says James Gunn will be working on both Suicide Squad and Guardians of the Galaxy 3. His tweets were super unfunny and I don't condone them. But homie's winning right now, LOL. He has now got a foothold in both Marvel and DC because of this situation, and she is totally right. Video game Her, by the way, is a gaming channel. I believe she has her own channel. Check her out. Yeah, she's right. He has now a footing in both universes, and I mentioned that in the last video. There's not a lot of people. The only people who have that right now are certain actors. Zachary Levi, for example, was in the Thor franchise before he got killed off, and now he's Shazam. But he's, I think, the first director who is playing in both universes, and it has been confirmed now. Like, hey, Suicide Squad will take priority over Guardians. But it's still kind of troubling that the fact that, hey, did he use this whole DC jumping onto the DC ship to his advantage to potentially get back with Marvel, or was that something that they had planned all along? I'm not sure, and I don't know what to think about it. The only thing I could try to do is stay positive because I hate swimming in the negativity. Because I mean, there's nothing good that can come out of that, right? So, but I get it if you guys have kind of a less optimistic viewpoint on this situation. Film Gob, he goes, yeah, Chinatown is the most depressing ending ever. Prepare yourself. Oh, and Film Gob is referencing also the last video in which I covered just a really small story about Matt Reeves taking inspiration from the movie Chinatown. And I was excited to potentially catch up on that classic movie, which has won several awards. And I mentioned that I'd never seen it, and he says, yeah, Chinatown is the most depressing ending ever. Prepare yourself. But Matt Reeves may be using Chinatown as a inspiration for the Batman movie, so I'm still gonna watch it. But thanks, Film God, for warning me about the movie and the depressing endings. Sometimes you need to get ready for those, right? So Film God has his own channel too, guys. Check him out. Let's go to next comment. Tony Wicks, C2D4 Comics. Ezra Miller, or yes, Ezra, about the next Flash film. We don't really know how to say this, but remember that bloke Affleck? Oh man, that is very true. So if you guys didn't know, he's referencing the fact that, hey, Ben Affleck was promised his own movie, and Warner Brothers kind of dangled that in front of him as well until that movie wasn't his anymore, and Ben Affleck left. And you know he's playing the games right now, saying that he couldn't crack the script, but we all know what happened. So I'm hoping this doesn't happen to Ezra. I'm hoping they're not dangling this Grant Morrison script in front of him just to keep in the good graces with him, because he is in a Fantastic Beasts franchise. But I'm hoping that's not the case. I'm hoping, fingers crossed. Afro Alum. This is from a totally different topic, and this is a video Darren made, but he says, "You must have ejaculated on Brie Larson's plastic acting in Captain Marvel. Hashtag Marvel fan bio. Next time, try to be less biased." When I saw this comment, I was laughing my ass off, and not that I agree with this guy right here. I said Afro, but I'm sure I said his name wrong. But I think this is so basically Darren posted a reaction video of one of the Shazam clips a while back, and basically Darren thought it was a little corny, but he said he was still excited to watch this movie, and we all got to understand everyone has different opinions, and basically because Darren deviated from what everyone wanted to, a lot of people wanted to hear maybe, people posted comments like this, and to be honest, I thought this was hilarious. But because it was down far in the comments, I just wanted to address it for sure. Hey guys, people have different opinions. They're not all going to agree with you, but that doesn't... Captain Marvel, Brie Larson's acting in Captain Marvel and Shazam have no correlation at all, and I thought this was super funny because we got a lot of comments like this, like, so what did you think about Brie Larson then? So this was hilarious. So thanks for the laugh, Afrosh. I'm not sure how to say your name. Let's go to the last. Is this the last comment I have today? Top Hat says, this is unrelated, but I hope instead of Darkseid War being the Infinity War endgame of the DCU, I hope it's the Brightest Day / Blackest Night. Yeah, you know what? I haven't yet read that Green Lantern storyline, but I'm familiar with the synopsis of it because I've talked to people who read it. Darren has actually read that storyline, and he says it's one of the best DC storylines ever. So I need to catch up, and I'm hoping that is the case too. Okay, got a few more comments to read here. Ross Coe says, I lost interest in Black Adam when you said The Rock. And I'm interested to see what you guys have to say, because I responded to Ross Coe saying that, hey, he's been casted already. So how many of you guys are still interested in seeing The Rock play Black Adam? Let me know in the comments below, because at this point, I have embraced it. Geechee Dawn says, the Flash movie is going to wipe out some of the DC/Justice League elements on another Earth. I bet Superman never died. Batman isn't Ben Affleck. Only things that have worked will remain in the upcoming timeline. So that is the mindset of a lot of people, Geechee Dawn, and I'm afraid that this one thing that I thought might be a crazy idea in the past might actually be true. I talked about it in one of the earlier questions, but you're right. The Flash movie might do that, and I'm curious to think if you guys are okay with it at this point, given all the chaos in the news and in the world of DC. Are you guys okay with the Flash movie doing that? I know a lot of us are fans of what's come before, but would you guys prefer a clean slate with this Flash movie? I don't know. It's a hard question to answer at this point, because in the past I would have said hell no, let's keep going with this universe, and I'm still more so on that side, but man, there's just a lot of news stories that you can look at in a negative light in the recent weeks. So I'm still hoping we get Ezra Miller and we get a Flash movie, a great origin that will spawn a whole new universe, the multiverse, if you want to use Ezra Miller's words himself. So who knows what we're gonna get? All I know is I'm going to try to look at all the news stories with the most optimistic light I can, because I want this universe to work. But you guys let me know if you're interested in seeing this universe rebooted. What I'm going to do is I'm going to look forward to next Saturday when I watch Shazam, and I'm hoping that movie's going to be great, and we'll see where the DCEU takes from there. So thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like, subscribe if you haven't already, leave a comment down below. Maybe we'll get to you guys in the next reading the comments video. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.